Hello, 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 everyone. I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week thus far. You know, we have a holiday weekend coming up on us, and I know some of you will be taking some time off, may have a long day, a long weekend, like taking Friday off and just having like a whole long weekend because you got Monday off too. Some of us, not everybody, but some of us do. So I am hoping and praying that you are prepared. Even if you sit around and do nothing at all, I hope that you are prepared for your long weekend because I know you're planning it. But welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Um, just an FYI, next Wednesday we will not have a wind down Wednesday. I kind of think I can, but I would rather say we're not going to have it because I don't want just something happening where I'm not able to do it and then am not able to get to you in enough time to say, hey, it's been canceled. So at any rate, no Wine Down Wednesdays next week. However, but before I get started again, I like that. But anyway, let me introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help boss women go from feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and alone to giving herself permission to heal and be free so that she can live a harmonious life. I just empower her to live confident, authentic lives. I just want her to live a confident, authentic life unapologetically. I want her to be 100% herself and give herself permission to do that without feeling selfish. Right. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. This is, oh my gosh, last Wednesday of the month. Can you believe it? Like we are really in the dead heat of summer. I feel it where I am because it is hot, 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 hot. But I know for the next 30, 45 days, it's going to be just like that, regardless of, what I'm thinking. Good evening, Margie, and everyone else out there. But it's hot. It's a hot one, right? But tonight's topic is your attitude determines your altitude. Let me repeat that. Your attitude determines your altitude. So with that, I really want to define what attitude and altitude both mean. So dictionary.com, y'all know that's my go-to, says that attitude is a manner, disposition, feeling, position with regard to a person or thing, tendency or orientation, especially of the mind. Just think about it. That's what attitude means, according to dictionary.com. For me, attitude is just kind of like a part of your personality, a part of your characteristic, a part of just who you are, how you carry yourself in different situations, just your regard on life. That's what I think it means to me. Altitude is, and I only copied a couple things from the altitude because we know altitude is like an elevation and all of that, but extent or distance upward, like height, like a way forward, a way up. And for me, altitude is just your way of just kind of excelling and keep climbing up whatever that mountain is that you're climbing until you get to the top, to the highest altitude that you can possibly obtain. So tonight's topic is that your attitude determines, your altitude. And I say that because when I was a teenager, I was told that a lot by one of my coaches. I believe, yeah, I was told that she always said, Jovita, your attitude will determine your altitude. And she kept saying that over and over to me. Like, and I'm looking at her like, why are you telling me this? Like, do I have an attitude or whatever the case may be? However, I didn't know what that truly meant until I got older and started going through different life experiences where I realized that your attitude towards things really do determine how far you can go or how far you will go. So just like for instance, and I'm pretty sure I know why she was telling me that, because I probably did have a little bit of an attitude, like I had a little chip on my shoulder. I was just always that person, just always with an attitude where I'm like, whatever. And my face told it all. I mean, my face still tells it all. Lynette, be quiet. So, it still tells it all, but I did have a major tube, and I called it mood swings. And I still think I have mood swings, but it's not attitude. But anyway, but in that, as I look back over my life, I realized that I had to change my position with regard to people and things, right? Had to change the way I felt about it, how to change the manner and how I acted, had to change just, especially in my mind, just had to change a lot of that stuff. And I did it because I wanted to, because there were certain times that I didn't like who I was or the attitude that I did portray, the energy that I was putting out there. And once I did that, I actually started to excel in a lot of things at a more accelerated rate. So, I mean, I was not bragging, but I was doing good for myself. I was excelling. I was doing like really good things. And but then at the end of the day, I wasn't kind of where I thought I should be or where I needed to be. And that was because of my attitude. I had people walking up to me who wanted to get to know me, but because of my disposition, they were afraid to even approach me. So I was what you would consider unapproachable. All about the attitude, how you carry yourself, right? So I had to like change some things. I knew that I wasn't a bad person. I'm a great person to get to know. If you don't know me, then I mean, I'm just saying you might want to try to get to know me. But I mean, I knew that I was a great person. I'm talking to myself in the past, but I am a great person. I was a great person back then too, but I didn't know that that's the attitude that I was giving off. And that's kind of maybe why I was kind of stagnant where I was in a lot of areas in my life. But once I started to change that, just little by little, one small change, you guys, once I started to change that, my outlook, everything started to change, and things started to excel. Like I started to climb and keep doing things and making waves and just doing a whole lot, just growing, excelling, and actually, going upward in my life. And that's all because I changed my mindset. I changed my attitude. I changed what I was giving out there, because I was definitely getting it back, but was like wondering, why are you tripping? Why are you coming at me like that? Not realizing that I put that energy out there. And I'm not perfect, because to this day, I'll probably still put that energy out there, but I catch myself, I acknowledge it, and recognize it. And then I'm able to, correct, that on the spot if I choose to. I got to put that if I choose to, but because it all depends on the situation. But you're able to correct on the spot once you recognize that you do have an attitude. And don't take it as a negative thing. Just take it as something, okay, this is something that I have. People recognize it. This is how they're reacting to me. This is not the reaction that I want. So something has to give, something has to change. And we can't be so stuck in our ways that we aren't willing to change for the better of ourselves. You're not changing for that person or this person. You are not doing that. You are changing for you, because you don't like what you're putting out there. You don't like the attitude that you have. So you will do things inside to change yourself so that you can be a better version of you. And that's what it's all about here. We're empowering people to give themselves permission to change, give themselves permission to be free, be who you are, and not receive the negativity that you don't even want. And if you are receiving negativity all the time, check yourself. Check yourself to make sure that, you don't have an attitude, because you got to get that attitude in check, because your attitude will determine your altitude. It will definitely determine how far you go. And if you're at a point where you want to just go a little bit further in life right now, check yourself, check your attitude. Really, really, really check your attitude, because that could be what's holding you back from climbing that ladder of success that you have defined for yourself, because we all have our own version of success. So you have to do those things. Now, one way to check your attitude is Have people you love and care about be brutally honest with you and say, hey, you're giving off a bad vibe. Now, you can take what they say with a grain of salt, or you can just take it, not take it personal, listen to what they're saying, because there may be some truth in it. Now, some people, depending on who it is, they may say it just to get under your skin, or be quick to say you have an attitude when you really don't have an attitude. And that's just because they really don't know you that well, or they've known you so long where you did have an attitude that they feel as though that you are having an attitude, when in actuality you don't. But it all boils down to communication and what you're putting out there. So just remember, when people are saying, girl, you got a bad attitude, check yourself. They are not playing around. There might be some truth to it. But one thing you have to do, just check yourself. That is the first thing in form of just check yourself. Another thing you can do to like just kind of help your attitude to change it so that you can excel and grow the way you want to grow, the way you need to grow, so that you can fulfill your purpose in life. You should also just go into the look at the feedback you get, the energy you get when you're out and about. Now, you have people who you love and trust checking you and making sure you are doing the right thing, and also saying, hey, you got an attitude, being brutally honest with you. But then you're also getting that feedback from people who don't know you. You go into a room and you feel the energy that comes your way. Feel what comes out. Like when you say something, you say hello and you get a dry hey. That could be because your energy was like hello. But if you walk in the room, it's like, hey, how y'all doing? You're going to get hi. Guaranteed you will get something with a little bit that's going to match your energy. Now, some people might not, but you should get something that matches your energy, because that's what you want, because your attitude will determine how far you go. It doesn't matter in life, in business, your personal development, your professional life, just all of that. Your attitude plays a major role, and it will determine how far you get in life. And I am a firm believer that once you make the necessary changes to, I guess, portray yourself the way you want to be seen, the way you are, be your authentically true self, then you will definitely like open up doors, and your success will just explode in whatever area that you want it to explode in, because your attitude does indeed determine your altitude. It will determine how far you get in life. And if you ever heard your parents say that to you, you may not get it now, but when you get older, you're going to think back just like I did, thought back. My parents didn't tell me that, but they did tell me I had a bad I don't know what the word was, but yeah, I was very moody, and they probably did tell me I had a bad attitude. But just hearing that statement alone, I'm like, I don't got no attitude. What you talking about? Whatever. But I mean, that was it. This is now. They tell me that now. I'm like, okay, I need to correct something, because I know I'm a bubbly person when I want to be. And if I don't want to be bothered, that's where the moods come in. But it's not attitude, it's just me being moody. But anyway, I just want you to know that your attitude does determine your altitude. And that has stuck with me all of my life since I heard that, since being a teenager. Didn't know why it stuck with me, but now I understand what it meant and what she was telling me. She was just saying, just check yourself. Truly, truly check yourself, check your attitude, keep that intact, because that's going to determine how far you go in life. And I've seen it on my job. I have seen it there. I've seen it in my business. I've seen the growth and just the energy that I put out there, and what I get back to me tenfold is like, oh my gosh. And sometimes, it could be overwhelming, but I told y'all that I get overwhelmed easily, right? Ha ha, that's just me. That was a fake laugh. But anyway, but it does determine how far you're going to go in life. And if you have a shitty attitude, then you're just going to get some shitty stuff. I mean, that's just what it's going to be. If you have that attitude, this is not going to be good. Not good at all. So I'm here to tell you that your attitude will determine your altitude. The way you act and respond to things and people today will determine how far you will go in life. And if you want to go farther than you are now in life, you have to start with you and change your attitude. And that I help my clients kind of, check their attitudes, check it at the door, check themselves, because they all are trying to grow in different areas of their lives. And in order to do that, they have to peel back some layers and be able to check their attitude, recognize that they may have an attitude and they need to change it slightly or a lot drastically. Who knows? All depends on the person. But I'm helping them through that process as we peel back the layers. So I if you would like for me to help you, kind of peel back your layers and help check your attitude and in a constructive criticism way, then give me a call. Don't call me. Schedule a meeting with me, schedule a consultation at www.chatwithjovita.info. Definitely contact me there and just schedule some time to talk with me so that we can dive a little bit deeper into what it is that's causing you to have that attitude, because we all want to excel, we all want to be our true and authentic selves, we all want to just be free and live a harmonious life, we all want to give ourselves permission to do all of these things without feeling selfish. And sometimes you have to give yourself permission to say, hey, I need a little bit of assistance along the way. And I am here to assist you in your journey so that you can get to the other side, so that we can fix this attitude that you may or may not have, or that you may want to change slightly, so that you can excel and climb, and reach your next level living. That's what we want to do. So contact me today at www.chatwithjovita.info. And oh, by the way, if you have not purchased your book, In Between the Sheets, Pulling Back the Covers to Enhance Your Sexual Experience, I highly suggest you do so that you can schedule your very own virtual book club tour. It's called the In Between the Sheets virtual book club tour. We do it online. You get a few of your girlfriends together for a fun and exciting time, and we will discuss everything that the book talks about. We will discuss everything that you want to talk about. We will have fun. I've done a couple of these. From a couple of the ones that I have done, it has been so fun. Now, for some of them that I have done, it's been kind of hard pulling people into talking about things that they're probably just not comfortable talking about. However, this environment is a safe environment. Nothing leaves this environment. And so you feel free. You have permission to speak as you wish. Speak your heart's desire if you want to. All right. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. So thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sticking with me all of these years. I am loving it. And I will continue to move forward. I say stay on the lookout, because there are some things that's coming pretty soon. Pretty soon. There are some things that are coming. And I am going to keep you in the loop on all of that. However, you can definitely go to my website, www.jovitanmiller.com, and get on my email list. All right. Thank you. See you next week for Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. Cheers. Happy 4th of July. Bye.